So, what exactly is leadership? Well, let's get some things out of the way straight away. First of all, it's not sitting at the top of the tree telling people what to do. It's not a job title, and it's also not management. There is a difference between management and leadership. The challenge for most of us, we have to do both. What we see managers do is some very important things. They keep the engine room of the organisation going. They maintain the status quo. They focus on day-to-day. They monitor situations. They allocate resources, communicate targets, measure results, feedback on the trends. They tell people what to do. Key to keeping an organisation going. Leadership, however, I would argue, is about challenging the status quo. It's thinking strategically, it's creating direction, it's engaging people, it's inspiring them, it's enabling people to do things, it's empowering them, and it's about selling. And what we actually see is that most of us have to do both. And what I can't guarantee this, but one of the things that I see is that if you are in a managerial role, you do need to demonstrate leadership personalities and characteristics. If I'm honest, I have seen some leaders who recognise they're not very good leaders, they get other people to do it. But let's actually have a look at what we think leadership is, and there are lots and lots of definitions. The one I like and the one I use is this. Leadership is establishing a clear picture of the future that stimulates, excites and inspires, getting buy-in to that picture and achieving it by making others better, both when you're there and when you're not. It's about moving businesses forward, people forward, and actually getting people involved, making them feel part of it. Great leaders don't create other followers, they create other leaders. And what we also see in the best businesses is that leadership is there at every level of the business. So what we're going to do is look at what do people actually want from their leaders. There's lots of things, but there are 5 key things that we see, and this is research we've done on an ongoing basis. The things people tell us they want from their leaders. The ability to convey a clear vision. A willingness to challenge things and question things. A commitment to high quality. This is an interesting one. When we do staff attitude surveys, one of the questions we often ask people is what motivates and demotivates you around here. One of the biggest demotivators people say is people being allowed to get away with stuff. What they want from their leaders is to question and challenge people and set high standards. It's about valuing employees and their opinions. It's not about running it by committee, but it's having a system or a process to allow people to be heard, and it's making people feel valued. Now, you could argue that those are very, very simple, obvious things. But actually, lots of people aren't doing it. According to a recent IIP report, 3.7 million workers in the UK cannot find one nice thing to say about their boss. I'm sure that's not you. 38% as a result feel less motivated to do a good job, and 43% are looking for another job as a result. So one of the things you might want to think about is how do you measure up against those 5 things? 84% of workers have not actually heard the words thank you from their manager in the past 6 months. I'm trying to amplify the plane here and actually saying, look at those 5 things. Are you really doing those things? But it's quite clear lots aren't. What we need is a dramatically and demonstrably different approach. And what we're going to look at is how you can do that and how you can demonstrate a dramatically different approach. That's what 3D leadership's about. And what we're going to do at the next session is actually introduce the characteristics of 3D leaders and help you work out how you measure up against them and identify the steps you need to take to make it work for you.